All right, guys, this is ParallaxWorldMedia once again bringing a review for Welcome to Fazoland, the anniversary edition by G Herbo. Some mixtapes introducing artists. Welcome to Fazoland, the original in 2014, stamped G Herbo's name in stone. It's been 11 years since it dropped, but the urgency and the trauma and the pride still bleed through every bar. The anniversary edition, it isn't just a celebration of that classic. G Herbo leaves the classic records on the original, and he brings fresh new songs that still emanates the essence of that legendary debut. Let's get to it. G Herbo, one of Chicago drill rap's strongest lyricists, came up from Terrortown and named his debut after his late friend Faison G Fazo Robinson. The original Fazoland dropped in 2014 and February 17. As I mentioned, it was a memory, mourning, and survival. Now in 2025, Herbo revisits the space, older and wiser and still sharp with his pen. The question is, can Fazoland 2, the anniversary edition, recapture that hunger? Let's take a look. The track highlights. This time, Herbo goes solo, no features from Durk, Bibby, or Reese, or even King Louis, as I might add, on that first one. Just him and the mic. Cole Bennett, the first record of the intro on this mixtape, kicks things off dark and gritty, hard bass, raw bars. Herbo sets the tone. Traffic feels introspective, riding through Chicago, paranoid but still focused. A great record. Dust is a pain track with that original Fazoland feel, survival and success in one breath. Relax flips Mary J. Blige's classic into a street love letter. Heartfelt but real. Still Dangerous is storytelling at its best. Herbo revisits trauma and declares himself one of the realest. Same Me shows maturity. Success hasn't changed who he is, just what he sees. Hell and Back talks contrast from hell to heaven, from pain to progress. Way Back leans into the hurt, rain, pain, and resilience. Norfolk and That Shit Crazy both have similar up-tempo beat energy to these records. They're both drill anthems with no let-up, a lot of energy. My Time mixes hustle and harmony, another standout with R&B flavor. And last but not least, we got Shine closes with inspiration, growth, light, and purpose. The beats are polished but rooted in drill, dark drums, emotional piano, loops, and heavy 808s. Some R&B samples add emotion to some records. Herbo balances grit with reflection, aggression with growth. He has a lot of introspective on his records as well, and like I said, he brings a lot of storytelling and lyricism to his records. Welcome to Fazoland 2 isn't just a part 2 though. It's a time capsule, a check-in with the past, grounded in the present. Herbo's sharper, more reflective, but still hungry nature and aggressiveness and storytelling. For day one fans, it's a return home. For new listeners, it's a welcome to his world. I think this mixtape is a really decent mixtape. Has some really good records on here that I enjoy. I think a couple records sounds more like filler. And I also think that it doesn't necessarily bring a different energy or tone to some of the albums or mixtapes that he's released recently. Also, he just released one of his mixtapes, Greatest Rapper Alive, which I think is a better sounding mixtape, which I will review later as well. But with all that being said, this mixtape review, I'll give this mixtape a 7. I think it's a good solid 7. I think it has great records. Like I said, G Herbo brings his lyricism and his storytelling to the table, and he has some good records on here, man. So I'll give it a 7. So this is ParallaxWorldMedia once again, bringing another review. And if you like this review, then like and subscribe, and I'll come up with another one.